This daily market update has been brought to you by Daily Wealth Report. Trading involves risk of loss and may not be suitable for you. Past performance is no guarantee or reliable indication of future results. All advice and education content is of the nature of general information only and must not in any way be construed or relied upon as legal, financial or personal advice. Good morning traders and investors. It's Friday the 20th of July and we've seen the markets rallying in Europe and the US overnight, with Asia preceding that following the day before. Now, as we have a look at the FTSE index, we can see that the index has pushed up into a new short-term high, continuing in its upwards trend. It gained 28 points overnight, or 0.5%, closing at 5,714. The German DAX showed a similar story, continuing in its short-term rally. Another 73 points gained last night. That's more than 1%, closing at 6,758. As we look at the French CAC 40, we can see that it too followed suit. 28-point gain, or 0.8%, closing at 3263. So bullish markets there in Europe, all following a short-term rally at the moment. The US markets weren't as bullish. They still gained overall. The Dow Jones Index gained 34 points, only 0.27%, closing at 12,943. And that's forming a doji candlestick last night at the previous high point, just a sign of hesitation there from the buyers. As we look at the S&P 500 index, it too showed a very similar story, a very small candlestick with a small body, showing hesitation at the previous high point. This index gained 3.7 points, or 0.27%, closing at 1,376. Technology stocks had a little bit more buying activity, as we've seen as of late. It gained 23 points on the Nasdaq. That's 0.8%. So a little bit stronger than the broader markets themselves. The Nasdaq closed at 2,965 points. Taking a look at the VIX index, we can see here that it's continued in its short-term downward trend, closing 71 cents down, or 4.4%, at $15.45. It's now trading back down to some extreme lows here, which, as we look a little further in history, are some very long-term lows. So this sort of scenario does depict a bullish market, and of course we do see that being replicated in the major indices. Taking a closer look at home, we can see the strength of Thursday's buyer activity on the ASX 200. A nice strong bullish candlestick there, a little bit of selling pressure towards the end of the day. The ASX closed up 71 points at 4194, so just falling short of 4200. Now we're looking at this level as being a potential hesitation. Every time we've seen a strong shift during the last 2 months, the markets have shortly retraced thereafter. Now, as we have a look at the SPI futures, they're up only 4 points, so we're clearly not in a strong opening situation there for the markets for Friday. So we could still see this sideways trend holding. As mentioned yesterday, whilst it might be sideways, it has got a slight upwards tilt to it. And if we see the markets holding towards these highs, around 4200, we're no doubt going to see the 20-period moving average, that red line there, crossing above the 50-period moving average, which will also be further signs of bullish activity. And that's our summary for Friday the 20th of July. We hope you have a great weekend. We look forward to catching up with you on Monday.